But again, he has just been moving along. And again, you know, the sheriff's department, all the officers and all the divisions out here, they have different procedures for pursuits. We watch them so often out here. Sheriff's department is very hands-offy would be the best way to say it. They are more the we're just going to follow these guys. We're going to let them stop, and then we're going to take control of the situation. Basically, letting the situation come to them. And you can see that seems to be kind of what's going on right here as well. Officers blocking the streets, and this car, no tires on it. They did use the spike strips at one point, apparently taking out all 4 tires on this Honda. So they're just going to let this thing run its course. Eventually, there's going to be a mechanical problem out here. Again, though, we have been basically eastbound on Lincoln. We haven't changed that direction at all. We are well established in Anaheim right now, and again, just moving along 30-40 miles an hour is maximum right now, and officers just following along, going to keep an eye on this thing and just kind of let it work itself to its end on its own.
Thinking back to other situations like this where we have seen cars driving on rims, and very often you begin to get sparks flying. At some point, those rims just get overheated and sparks begin to fly, and that causes big problems, obviously, for the vehicle. I don't know if at this rate of speed you're going to see something like that or see it soon, but he has been on rims for some time now. Do we know how long this has been going on, Stu?
You know, I don't know how long that this vehicle's been running on all 4 rims. It's been, the pursuit's probably a good 30 minutes old right about this time, maybe 40, and it is exactly correct what you're saying. When they're not going that fast, those rims don't really heat up, and it depends also, I mean, what are the rims made out of? Some of them are made out of aluminum, some of them are stamped steel. We're not seeing any sparks right now, and that indicates that those wheels probably not coming apart. And if this person just kind of keeps this speed, it could go for a pretty long time before something else starts overheating, possibly something starts dragging, but we're not even seeing any sparks from the bottom of the car. So right now, this could just go on until he basically runs out of fuel or gets to whatever destination. Sometimes these people try to get to a destination. Maybe that's what this person is trying to do. We are definitely back in Anaheim. We're approaching Brookhurst, and again, on Lincoln, 30 miles an hour, you know, is about the top speed right now. Sheriff's Department still behind him. We know that the local PD also helping out. You see them again in another intersection right there as they're going through. And this car basically just moving along out here. You know, again, you know, when they talk about it, I'd like to get with the desk apparently, but, you know, they said originally domestic violence suspect. You know, sometimes these are very emotional people. This could be a very person having some real difficulties right now, and that might be one of the reasons why the officer's not being so aggressive. They're just going to let this person kind of just play it out, like we've been saying. Let this person drive to wherever they want to go, and hopefully, you know, this little bit of drive time, this person might clear their mind and say, all right, you know what, maybe I should just talk to somebody. Look again here, just making a little bit of a turn, started getting squirrely all over the road right there. Again, we're just kind of coming up on the 5 freeway. You know, Lincoln is going to go underneath that eventually here, and we're going to see that. But, you know, this vehicle just moving along. You know, there's no chance this person's going to get on. I mean, they might attempt to get on the freeway. I wouldn't see why or how. But, you know, again, officers right behind them. They're going to make their stand as soon as this vehicle comes to a stop. And, you know, again, you see some traffic out here. I'm kind of curious if, because they're doing these blocks, if there is a lot of traffic building. That's the reason why I'm going a little bit wider right there on Lincoln. It doesn't seem like it. It seems very light traffic for this Friday evening. And, again, officers just kind of keeping their distance. They know where this person is. And again, all 4 flats and 2 helicopters, 2 sheriff's helicopters overhead right now keeping an eye on this person. So, you know, there is no place this person can run to. Again, though, it's just going to be the question of where it's going to stop, and hopefully it's going to come to some kind of peaceful end. You know, the officers so far have been very fortunate. They've blocked all the intersections, green or not. You can see officers on the wrong side of the road right there to get ahead of, to bring this person, you know, get this person a clear line of travel. Again, being maybe this is the right way to handle this situation. You know, the Sheriff's Department obviously has more information than we do about this suspect. Again, though, not stopping, just kind of keeping the same pace, getting a little squirrely every now and then. But definitely, this person has no place to go when this car comes to a stop.
You're talking about Anaheim right now. Now, we know that this started in the Norwalk area, went to Cypress and Buena Park, but Anaheim, your first thing you think of is Disneyland. And right now on the phone, we have Sergeant Bob Dunn from Anaheim PD. Sergeant Dunn, can you tell us what you know about this slow-speed pursuit?
Yes, around 6 p.m. this evening.
There we go.
We were called to an apartment complex in the west end of our city in reference to a domestic
Excuse me, Sergeant. We're just watching this right now, and it looks like the units down there just tried to hit him, and they're trying again.
Yep.
They're pulling up right alongside him. Are you able to see this, sir?
I'm watching your footage right now.
You're watching it right now. Can you describe what we're seeing?
Nice.
No, I think there's a little bit of a delay than what you're seeing.
All right. They just boxed him in, and basically the sheriff's unit surrounded him. Stu, you're back with us?
Yeah, definitely. Excellent move by the Sheriff's Department. Basically saw this opportunity, pushed that car into a curb, and brought it to a stop. And then these other officers blocking it in, boxing it in. Officers obviously not too worried about any kind of armed suspect. Went right up to that vehicle. They had a window down very, very quickly. There are children in the back of that car. There are children back there. We can see them. They're taking them out right now. Two small children, bringing them out of the vehicle right there. You can see the officers, that was their first move, to get to that back seat, to get to these smaller children. They're taking them to an officer's vehicle right now. You can see them right there with those officers. Again, though, the driver seems to still be in the vehicle, either talking or possibly evading arrest, but it seems like there's no significant activity, so probably just talking to the officers right now. But we did definitely see two small children right there get out of the back seat, so this is the reason why the Sheriff's Department was being so tender with this pursuit, so careful with it. Again, they knew what was going on. They were worried about those children in the back seat, as they should be. Officers still over here with the driver of the vehicle has not got out of the car as we see it.
Yes, this individual was wanted in connection with the stabbing that occurred, with domestic violence-related stabbing that occurred yesterday. When we responded to the house today, there were some allegations that this individual had, in fact, taken those children. They are his children, but had taken those children, and obviously we were concerned for their safety, given the actions of the father yesterday. An understanding that the Los Angeles County Sheriffs did locate the vehicle after we put out a general broadcast looking for this vehicle, and when our units became available in our city, they transitioned the pursuit over to us, and that's what you're seeing the culmination of right now.